Yeah, certainly some adversity here over the last couple of weeks, and guys were real motivated for the game. Really felt good about how we were going to come out tonight. Um, and when things aren't going your way, you tend to press a little bit, and um, unfortunately, they got a couple quick ones there, and they're right back in it. And a team that's as dangerous as them, they're going to get their chances. And obviously, that penalty there with Boyd. Their power play is so potent there, and we did such a nice job all game of shutting that power play down because it's so difficult to do so because they got so many weapons. But guys persevered, and we had a couple guys banged up, and bench we had 10 forwards at certain pockets of that game. So real nice job there to get the 2 points tonight.
Feel like you played more disciplined than last night?
Oh, absolutely. Last night we had 12 penalties, and I liked, when you reviewed the game last night, our 5-on-5 play was pretty good, but we'd take, 2-3 shifts of real good sustained ozone play, which is a way to beat them. Is you just got to play a puck possession game in the ozone play, make them defend, and we had some good shifts going. We'd take a penalty, and that would kill their momentum. And our skill guys just didn't get a lot of ice last night because of the minors. And there was a couple questionable, but for the most part, we showed all the guys the penalties this morning, and that's something that we've talked about here for a while, and it certainly has to get better. And I thought it was much better tonight, especially with a back-to-back against an arch rival. You're going to get penalties because it's such an emotional game in general. So I thought we did a much better job tonight of controlling that.
You've been looking for a response game now for a couple of nights. What was the big key? Can you point to any one trigger, or were there multiple things that went right tonight that got that response?
Well, first of all, the start. Anytime you're in a little bit of a slump and facing some adversity, getting that first goal, I think is important. And for us to get up two, I thought that was the first, a sequence. And then, once they tied it up 2-2, to be able to come back and get the third one and the fourth one, I thought that was real. Those were probably the two turning points for me in terms of us, rebounding and getting a W under our belt here. And, as I said to the guys, except for Wilkes-Barre and Lehigh, every team in our division has faced some type of adversity through the first, 37, 38 games. Providence won only 2 games in their first 10, and look where they are. And I can go through each team, and now hopefully ours was here the last, five games. So, we just got to come back tomorrow and finish the week off strong and go from there.
On Galiev's power play goal, we saw like one of the best power play shifts we've seen in a very long time. How gratifying is it to capitalize on at the end of a very good shift?
Yeah, absolutely. In the power play, Boyder's unit or Borky's unit, which if you want to call them the first unit, they had their moments, but the other unit, Galiev's unit there with Thomas and Verona was good tonight. And and the good power plays have 2 solid units, and those were key goals for us tonight. And our power play's been in the top 10 here for probably about a month now, and it was nice to see I believe 2, and there was a third one that was an even strength, but it was really a power play because the guy had just gotten on the ice there. So real good job by those guys picking up the other unit tonight.
Chandler Stevenson, we got word that he was recalled before the game time. I don't know if you knew beforehand, but what impact, if any, did that have today whenever you were told that he
Well, we knew last night, so I knew before I left. Once we arrived, I knew about 11:30 last night that they were going to take Chandler. It was going to be there was a couple options, but they wanted to go with someone that could skate. He's not going to play tomorrow. He's going to take a warm-up in Washington tomorrow, and if there's an injury, then he's the type of player that could fit nicely in their lineup against Pittsburgh, who can fly and skate. So they wanted one of our stronger skaters. So my recommendation was Stevenson or maybe even Walker. So they went with Stevenson, and so he's going up there, and the plan is to continue just to reward some of these young guys that have had good stretches of hockey, and They've done that with Paul Carey. They did that with Liam O'Brien, and I think Stevenson has had a nice stretch of hockey for us, very consistent, and that's something that we've talked about with him a long time now. It was his consistency, and he's put together some good weeks. So I felt that it was good for him, and it also gets Sanford back to his natural position. So I was putting Mitchell back in regardless. It's not an easy scratch, but we went with some percentages and some guys that were playing pretty well. And but we got Mitchie was going back in regardless of what happened last night. But in saying that, with Stevenson going up, it was a much easier decision.
Some teams like to rely on maybe one or two, three call-ups. You've definitely mixed it up a lot with some players. Do you like building that internal competition and kind of keeping everybody on their toes and playing for that carrot?
Yeah, that's a great question because Washington has only had lost 10-man games to injuries this year, so which is the best in the NHL. So as I've told a lot of our young players, we can't manufacture injuries down here, and neither can they. So all we can do is reward guys, and we have a number of prospects. Sanford got 20 games up there, and he left school early, and the plan all along was if he was ready for the NHL, he'd stay, and if not, he was going to come down here. And so for him and Verona, unless there's a couple major injuries, they're probably going to stay here and play, and then we'll just rotate some of the other younger guys that have been around for a couple of years here and having real good starts to their pro career, and hopefully maybe that'll just like you say, that carrot for them, not only for the remainder of this year, but going into next year when, they've got a number of contracts up and some salary cap issues that maybe a couple of our kids here from this team will finally, crack the NHL full time.
You lost Malone there early on, or at the end of the first, and didn't come back for that. Any update on him?
Yeah, it's upper body injury, and he'll be reevaluated in the morning. I think he's going to be doubtful for tomorrow. And then, Walker is banged up as well, and he kind of stuck through it, and thank God, because he made a beautiful play on Verona's goal there, so he'd be questionable as well. So Ryan Bork will go back in tomorrow, and then once I get Walker's update in the morning. I'm not counting on him alone right now. Now he may cave in tomorrow morning, but so we'll see where Walker is, and we could either go 11-7 or maybe pull up a forward from South Carolina. But with a 5 o'clock start, that might be tough too. So we'll see how that goes. Good. Okay. Thanks. See you tomorrow.